Welcome everyone in the bronze medal game, Germany versus Turkey. Both teams played in the semi-finals game, but lost their games. Germany lost with Spain. The best player did passive made triple-double, 23 points, 10 rebounds and 11 assists. Turkey lost with Great Britain. The best player, Özgür Kurbulak, made 21 points and 18 assists. We are excited to see again skills of those players. We are looking forward to see them competing with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to present both teams, and we will start from the national team of Turkey. Number 5, the captain of team, Özgür Kurbulak. Number 9, Ugur Toprak. Number 10, Cem Krezinci. Number 11, Fikri Kundongu. Number 15, Selim Sayak. Number 17, Gökhan Çoskuk. Number 24, Deniz Akar. Number 35, Ahmet Efetur. Number 47, Ridvan Aksoy. Number 52, Volkan Kulen. Number 77, Ismail Ar. And number 99, Ibrahim Yavuz. The head coach of national team of Turkey is Ahmet Akin. Assistant coach is Ekin Kilic. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national team of Germany. Number 10, the captain of team, Jan Haller. 4, Filip Szot. 5, Niko Dwayne. 6, Matthias Wittner. 7, Christopher Gruber. 8, Andrzej Wieniek. 9, Aleksander Budner. 11, Filip Bastima. 12, Jens Albrecht. 13, Thomas Bomer. 14, Aleksander Paluski. And 50, Jan Sandler. The head coach of national team of Germany is Ivo Aksetti. The assistant coach is Martin Bruk. Today officials are that Samuel Ezikulen from Spain, Krunoslav Page from Croatia, and Adam Fromczak from Poland. The game commissioner is Patrick Suders from Belgium. Ladies and gentlemen, who is able to please raise up from their seats? National anthem of Turkey. And we're now national anthem of Germany. We will begin the bronze medal game, Germany versus national team of Turkey.
Hello there, my name's Joe Bestwick and I'm here with James McSorley, and we are just getting ready for the start of Germany versus Turkey in the bronze medal game here in Poland.
Yeah, Joe, looking like it's going to be a great day of basketball. Two very good teams here today. They were beaten yesterday. It'll be a great day of basketball. It'll be good to see which team's able to pick themselves up and get the win after a disappointing result yesterday.
Absolutely, I think that emotional recovery, so to say, is probably going to be the key here for both teams. Germany in their first medal game for a little while now, and Turkey, last year's gold medal, or last European, gold medal winners. They'll be disappointed to be playing in a bronze medal game, but they have to find a way to, both teams, to pick themselves up and come out firing straight from the off today.
Absolutely, and two very physical, high-scoring games yesterday as well. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any physical effects of the bruises and the injuries, little niggles picked up. It'll be interesting to see who's ready to play at the start of the game here.
Yep. Just having a look at the starting lineups here, and Team Germany have gone back to their double 4-5, double one-pointer lineup that's been so successful for them. That sees Tommy Boehmer, Christopher Huber, Alexander Haluski, Dirk Pasevan and Philip Schorp on the floor. And for Turkey, we have the same starters as in every game so far, I believe, with Ozgur Gurbalak, Gundogu, Cem, and Toprak taking the court.
Yeah, Joe, it's interesting to see that Germany have changed their starters from yesterday. I think if you look at the plus-minus from the game yesterday, the lineup that they've gone with to start today was the more effective of the two, or of the three lineups that they mainly played yesterday, and also it gives them a chance to match up height-wise against a big Turkey team with two one-pointers.
Definitely, I can understand the gamble by Coach Nick Zeltinger yesterday, that he was perhaps a little worried, as we said yesterday in commentary, about having two one-pointers on the floor against the size and the power of the big three-pointers from that Spanish team, but unfortunately that gamble didn't pay off. So today it's back to this tried and tested lineup with the firepower of Dirk Pasevan on one side running the pick and roll game with Tommy Boehmer, and Alex Haluski behind a double screen on the weak side.
Yes, sir, absolutely. That's one of the extra elements that disability sport has that means we love this game so much. The extra tactical element of the classification and the balance you need to find between height and low pointers, or if you want a mid-spaced lineup. And it's whether you want to match up with the other team or if you want to go with something different to set the pace. It'll be interesting to watch. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I think the shootout, or the potential for a shootout between Ozgur Gurbalak and Dirk Pasevan has got the potential to be as exciting as the Gurbalak-Bywater shootout that we saw yesterday, with the GB veteran coming out on top.
Absolutely. I don't think anyone would be too upset with more of what we had yesterday. Fingers crossed.
Just preparing for tip-off here as Gurbalak fixes his strap. Two big men, Alex Haluski and Cem, ready for the jump ball. And Germany start with possession here. Ball in Pasevan's hands. That's going to be a theme today, I think.
Absolutely, Joe. He's already looking to get into the two-man game with Tommy Boehmer.
Turkey doing well there just to cover the role of Tommy, not give him an easy look.
Ooh, big and one from Dirk Pasevan.
Turkey a little bit late rotating there, and Gurbalak making not a lot of contact, but definitely enough to disrupt the shot of Pasevan. Puts him to the line for a bonus pointer.
Absolutely, the perfect start Germany would have wanted, and won, and a foul drawn on Ozgur Gurbalak.
Nothing but net on the free throw from Dirk Pasevan. That is not a surprise. He's got one of the best free throw percentages in the tournament this year. Ball in Gurbalak's hands now. Again, that will be the theme for Turkey. Gurbalak will have a lot of possession, I think. Toprak missing from the middle, and is back picked by Chris Huber at the moment. That'll give a numerical advantage to Turkey in transition here.
Germany looking to back pick with 2 or 3 here. Let's see if Haluski can get the roll.
Haluski chooses not to go inside, trying to stay away from the big Cem, but Cem follows him anyway. Tommy Boehmer with the roll. Nice touch off the glass from Tommy Boehmer.
great body control to be facing one direction and turn his body to the right and make that and get squared up. Brilliant to see.
Ball in R's hands at the minute. He had a great shooting game yesterday, going 10 of 12 from some really long-range shots. And he starts as he finished off yesterday. Great shooting by R.
Could be a long day for Germany if he keeps up what he did yesterday against Great Britain.
Exactly. Here's a guy whose career started much more of a slasher, finishing layups and things, but he's really started developing this outside game. Missed shot by Alex Zaluski, picked up by Bomer, and he puts it down. That'll do his confidence a world of good. He's a guy who really thrives on feeling confident and getting those first couple of easy looks. So that will definitely be a big plus for Team Germany.
Foul on Chris Huber there in the middle of the key. Just clipping top rack on the way through.
Shaking his head as the Turkish player is still lying on the floor, not going very far just yet.
I think he looks all right, just waiting to get picked up.
I think Huber maybe disagrees with that decision there.
I personally don't think he had a whole lot to disagree with there, but
I'm quite enjoying Chris Huber's Karate Kid style headband here as well. With those locks, that is looking absolutely beautiful. Nice pass there by Gerbelak. Top rack finishes through contact, no call though.
And a nice look at the ref now. Didn't get a whistle. Did well to finish through anyway.
Again, ball in Pasavan's hands, threatens early. Smart by Pasavan then, feels the contact and throws the shot up, banks it in, but the referee has said the foul was before the shot. And looking at the replay, I think he's right there.
I believe so. I think the ball was still on the way back up from the dribble when the whistle was blown.
Nonetheless, it'll do Pasavan the world of good, just again seeing that bit of a chuck up there from him, but a shot that he'll make over and over again if he's allowed to. Just seeing that go in is always nice. Very open from Dirk Pasavan here, doesn't drop, but Turkey are going to have to be very aware of leaving him that uncontested.
Absolutely, Joe. Although he missed that one, he'll take those all day.
Three from Gerbelak is just wide. Nice pickup by Alex Zaluski, and again, Team Germany transition. Tommy Bomer back picking top rack, but Pasavan just slows the game down a little bit. Pasavan driving through everyone, doesn't get the finish. Pasavan, for all his skills, is a little undersized compared to a lot of 4-5, so that's why he's a lot more comfortable playing from outside a lot of the time. Another three from Gerbelak there, doesn't drop. He's definitely looking to try and take control of this game early. Bomer threatens to reply, but drives, dishes to Pasavan, surprises him a bit, but nice touch off the glass, doesn't drop.
Yeah, he rushed that a bit there. I know we talked about his quick release yesterday, but I think he just wanted to get that up quickly under pressure. Maybe take it a bit too quickly. What do you think?
Definitely think so, yeah. I think the pass from Bomer maybe surprised him a little bit, the speed that it arrived at him at. And that maybe forced him, or felt like it forced him into a quicker shot than it necessarily needed to be.
Rule number one, always be ready.
Two men out for Turkey here, and numbers again for Germany. Pasavan had to shoot that ball there. They're both one-pointers, sealing and creating space. Pasavan just a little too relaxed, and a 3-second call on Team Germany.
Absolutely, Joe. The two one-pointers did a brilliant job getting there, got him exactly where he wanted to be. Just tried to be a bit too, I don't know, maybe a bit too team-oriented there.
Definitely.
Would have been better to take it himself.
Definitely. He had a good shot. I can understand him looking to get a great shot for the team, but that good shot was definitely good enough to have been taken on.
Absolutely. At this level, if you get a good look, you've got to let it go, I think. As this man would agree.
Yeah, ball in Gerbelak's hands here, posting up over Bomer. Top rack with a nice drive and finish.
Ignore me, give up a good shot for a great one.
Alex Zaluski inside there, can't quite finish under pressure, but the foul drawn on R and 2 free throws. R is going to have to be a little careful. Only one so far, so nothing to worry about. But he really is key to the ball movement and to spreading the floor for the Turkish team here. So he won't want to pick up any other early ones if possible.
Yeah, and we saw yesterday Turkey were really reluctant to rotate, so some early foul trouble might put them in a bit of difficulty. if they're maybe bringing people off the bench that they weren't planning on so early, that could put them in a bit of difficulty, but we'll have to see.
First shot's good by Haluski there. Nick Zeltinger just talking through things with Pasavan, Shorp and Huber. Back pick by Turkey on Haluski, but he gets free. Chris Huber's still out though, so there'll be a numerical advantage for Turkey temporarily. Nice defense though by Germany, not giving them an easy look. Great drive by Pasavan, gets a steal, tries to push away, but the intentional foul by, I believe, Toprak, but we'll need to be sure about this. No, they've called that on Ismail R, I believe. Yeah, Ismail R, second foul very early in the game. Pasavan will have 2 shots and then it will be Team Germany possession.
3 subs coming on for Turkey after this, I believe.
I think this might be the earliest that Turkey have rotated so far this tournament. They really are, as you said, they're keen on keeping this 5 in the game as long as they can. Both shots good by Pasavan and it'll be Team Germany ball.
That's one thing I've seen a couple of times in this tournament especially. Someone gets a piece of a pass on the defensive end and they look to break to take a layup and someone just clears them out. It's an automatic unsportsmanlike every time. And I think at this point of the game, 2 points isn't worth Ismail R being sat on the bench.
Oh, long 2 by Alex Haluski there. I think he'll be disappointed the referee didn't call that as a 3, but I think he may have rolled a little too far there, just back wheels just clearing the 3-point line before he took on the shot.
Ooh, nice drive from Ibrahim Yavuz. Doesn't get the roll, but he'll go to the line for 2. Let's see if he can knock these down to get Turkey back in.
Second foul on Chris Huber there as well is potentially going to force Nick Zeltinger into making a early change here. No movement on the bench just yet, but Huber will have to be very, very careful. First shot's good. Second as well, wait to come off the bench there and be straight in the zone. Ball in Pasavan's hands with Germany transition here. Oh, Huber sealing for Haluski, doesn't follow it though. Ball skipped to Haluski behind the scheme, very open, knocks it down.
Who needs to follow curls to get under the basket when you can knock it down like that from 15 feet?
Exactly, he's a guy who sometimes can struggle a bit with pressure from big guys, so it's good for him to just have the protection of the 2 1-pointers there to give him a nice comfortable jumper instead.
Great pressure from Thomas Boma there. Rebound release to Haluski on the break.
Nice long pass by Pasavan and an easy finish by Haluski. That's a 17-8 lead already for Team Germany in this game, putting the pressure on Turkey very, very early. You can imagine the Turkish coach is not going to be very happy that they've been forced into this early rotation here. The Germans, though, will be very pleased to see this sort of lead. This is exactly the sort of start that they need to just overcome any leftover emotions or frustration from yesterday. You can really see that the guys are zoned in, and although Dirk Pasavan, for example, is only 1 of 4 so far today, he's been really influential, creating so much space for Alex Haluski and Tommy Boma to get good looks.
Yeah, and not only does this early lead pick Germany up, it might have the effect of putting Turkey further in the hole from losing a game yesterday.
Yeah, the Turkey GB game yesterday was a very emotional and incredibly high-scoring wheelchair basketball game, and Turkey in control for large periods, but just couldn't see the game out in the end. The superior fitness of GB and the finishing of Terry Bywater really hurting Turkey, I think. Oscar Gerblak now behind a double screen with 2 1-pointers. Similar setup to Team Germany. Philip Shorp will be disappointed with him there. He's outclassed ability-wise, the 1-pointer, but he's going to have to make chair contact earlier in the middle there to stop the drive from Efterturk. Tommy Boma having to help his teammate, and Boma ending up earning the foul. Gerblak in a bit of trouble, but finds a dump down. That's a great pass and finish there.
Lovely pass, nice timing on the roll, great finish by the low pointer.
Yeah, Turkey matching the German offense a little bit here with their style, running a double screen on one side with 2 one-pointers and a pick and roll side. Interesting to see how effective that is. We haven't seen that very much from them yet this tournament.
Now that's interesting to see that they've abandoned the idea of having a man in the middle. It might lead to some fast breaks if the defensive team are smart about it. As we can see, a one-pointer leaking out here, but the ball's not going to get there.
Very much so. I think Alex Haluski there might have been better taking on that shot rather than trying to dump it down to Chris Huber with the help coming. Nice hand by Haluski though, takes away the opportunity for an easy shot for Gerblak. Pasavan pressing the Turkish captain right the way up at the halfway line. Oh, lack of communication though by Germany, and easy finish for Efterturk.
Yeah, a couple of German players sitting under the basket looking at each other there, not knowing really what had happened. It's an easy one to clean up.
Again, Haluski chooses not to follow Chris Huber's screen and settles for the outside shot. Bit of a fadeaway, isn't good this time. He may have been better advised to try and follow the seal by Huber. Again, Philip Short being beaten by Efterturk. He can't finish this time though. Problem Philip Short had there was he was using his foot plate to try and defend the high-class Turkish player rather than getting a good wheel position. See a nice finish by Dirk Pasavan there, the fast break from Team Germany.
Great job by Thomas Boma to find him on the fast break. Tried to go himself for a little bit, got stopped by the Turkish one-pointer. Did a great job to find his teammate for an easy layup.
I think the key was that Tommy Boma attacked the stronger defensive player with the ball, drawing him in, forcing him to defend him, and therefore giving Pasavan the opportunity to attack the weaker defensive player in the situation. Another 3 from Gerblak, another 3 not good. That's 0 of 3 so far, I believe.
I think Gerblak's one of those players that he's 0 from 3, but he gets the benefit of the doubt because we've all seen it plenty of times. He'll probably get jumped the next time and the next time.
Exactly. Interesting rotation here from Germany. They're taking Tommy Boma and Chris Huber out of the game. I can understand wanting to protect Chris Huber from foul trouble, but bringing the two pointers into the game is something we haven't seen a lot of.
The referee believes Nico Dreimuller touched Gerblak in the side of the head there while trying to stop his post up.
He very definitely did touch him in the head, but it's because Gerblak moved his head straight and quite clearly into the arm of Nico Dreimuller. It was an interesting decision.
Yeah.
Good pressure on the shot here. Doesn't get it to drop. Rebound by Jan Haller.
Germany might have numbers here if they're able to push it. Yavuz falls over trying to stop Haluski, maybe looking to draw a foul.
Haluski behind the screen, moves the ball inside to Haller. Doesn't get the finish. I think he was a little bit too concerned about the pressure from behind from Gerblak there. He'd have just relaxed and taken the shot, there would have been no problem.
Yeah, Joe, especially considering how well he did to seal off Gerblak.
Exactly. Nice finish from Gerblak. Yeah, he had great chair position. He sealed off the bigger Turkish player and opened the basket up for himself, but was just a little nervous. Understandable perhaps with having played relatively limited minutes so far this game.
Yeah.
So far this tournament, sorry, should I say.
Yeah.
The referee just threatening the Turkish bench with a technical if they keep on talking here, so they're going to have to calm down a little bit. Seeing a more emotional side of the Turkish team than we did against GB yesterday. Pasavan with a shot over the smaller Turkish player, then knocks that down. That'll do his confidence a world of good, having missed a couple now.
That's a big shot, Joe. 15 feet on the post up, stationary over a defender. I know he had a big height advantage and the classification advantage, but that's still not an easy shot.
The referee's just calling man down there. I'm not sure if that was necessarily the right decision. It was very 50-50, but Yavuz looked like he was just diving through a gap that wasn't really there then. the very enthusiastic, aggressive player, really uses his strength to cut hard, but there has to be a gap to cut through first. Turk missing again from outside, ignoring Gerbalak on the inside, and he hears all about it from his captain.
Yeah, I think if he just took one more second to look up before he took that shot, they could have had a nice easy layup, but fancied himself from the left wing.
Numbers here again from Team Germany. Let's see how their timing is, if they can get Haluski inside. Nope. He just pulls up short, happy to take the mismatch from the middle and knocks it down.
Exactly the same spot as Passaman scored from a minute ago. The Germany bigs are content to sit and shoot over Turkish slow pointers. We'll see if Turkey adjust and put a big in the middle to stop that.
That'd be a very smart read by them, but it's sometimes difficult to make these kind of reads in the middle of the game, in the heat of battle, so to say. And sometimes that's an instruction that needs to come from the bench if the players on court are a little too fired up. Huge three from Gerbalak. That doesn't drop either. Transition again from Germany. Passavan not quite aware of the quarter clock there and doesn't get the shot up in time. But that is a 23-14 lead for Germany at the end of the first quarter. Great shooting by Team Germany so far, shooting 60% with 9 of 15 from the field. What's really added to them is potentially going to be key come to the end of this game, is that they're shooting 5 from 5 so far from the free throw line. And if they're keeping enough soft calls or 50-50 calls, then free throws really could be a big factor.
Absolutely, Joe, and they add up too. Those numbers add up on the foul counts, especially as we've seen Turkey reluctant to change much, and they've had to already. It's one of the few times that as commentators we've called something and it's happened right away, so we can brag about being right all the time while not mentioning what we get wrong, but you know, I'll keep bringing it up.
Exactly, no commentator's curse here just yet, thankfully. The difference mentally, though, just from those free throws, they're such easy shots, but you can understand the potential pressure that players are feeling in a bronze medal game, having just come off the back of emotional losses yesterday, and then having this open shot, this free throw with potentially more time to think than you'd have in other normal game shots. And right now, those 5 made free throws are the difference between a 4-point lead and a 9-point lead for Team Germany. And that mentally is quite a big difference.
Yeah, and hopefully we get a close game all the way to the end. And if that means that we get into a foul scenario where one team needs to foul when Turkey needs to foul to put Germany on the line, it could be very important that Germany have free throw shooters on the floor all over the place. Could make the difference, but...
Definitely, Joe. Turkey, going back to their starters here, bringing Cem and Toprak back into the game, as well as Ismail R. And Toprak, first offense with a nice layup there.
Immediate impact from the starter turn sub there.
Ball in Passavan's hands, kicks it behind the screen. Pick and roll game between Haller and Haluski here. A bit of a miscommunication between Team Germany. Didn't really know whether to stick or twist there, with Haller not sure whether he should roll. Ideally, I would say that they want to have Haller in the middle instead of Philip Short. Haller, who's kind of made his name in basketball, so to say, from knocking down those free throw shots. Particularly effective against GB in London, I seem to remember, in 2012.
Yeah, Joe, big shot by Cem there under the basket. No one could touch him. It was nice and easy.
Passavan turns down the opportunity to give Haluski a shot over Gerbalak, but instead finds Haller with a nice easy jumper from the edge of the key. That'll help him feel a little bit more confident in this game. Again, ball in Gerbalak's hands, following the seals. Lack of communication there from Germany. The weak side needed to tell Passavan that the one-pointer was sealing all the way through there. Didn't know it was coming, but the layup was missed.
Great work by the Turkish ones, taking advantage of being disrespected and not defended as tightly as they maybe should be. Cutting all the way through, getting a nice curl, getting Gerbalak under the basket.
Oh, no movement whatsoever from the Turkish defense there, just letting Haluski roll to the elbow nice and comfortably. Can't knock the shot down, but they do get the offensive rebound. Open look from the outside for Passavan, 2 more points for Germany. That's really got to be frustrating from a Turkey perspective then. They could see exactly what Haluski wanted. Gerbalak's there with his hands out trying to defend 2 players, and nobody reacts to the big German centre.
Chem under the basket once again, under pressure, makes the
Nice finish there. They're going to have to try and get Alex Haluski matched up on Chem if they want to stop these easy finishes, because he is considerably bigger than Jan Haller and Dirk Passevan. Passevan driving on everyone here. Pulls up, nice shot there.
Beats the first man, pulls it out, goes himself. I thought he was going to kick it to Haluski behind the one-pointer, but...
That's exactly what I thought as well, but a nice finish by the veteran German.
If you make it, you can do what you want.
Exactly. Again, Turkish one-pointers just been left completely alone by Germany and making them pay at the moment. Easy 2 points there.
They all add up as well. Obviously the 2 points counts, but if you can start making the one-pointers try and score, and they do start knocking them down, it can really change how you have to defend a team.
Passevan under a lot of pressure, doesn't make the fadeaway there with Grobalak's hand in his face. That's good defense there from Turkey. Passevan and Dreimel are back-picking Chem at the moment. Chem and Toprak out the game right now. Oh, Israel, lack of communication again from Germany.
And he doesn't miss those.
Nick Zeltinger is furious here and has called a timeout. Asking why Passevan was pressing up on Chem there rather than getting back and helping out his defense. I can understand Passevan's thinking when he's backpicked there that maybe rather than fighting and still being backpicked, he wants to try and just hold two of the Turkish players out and play 3-on-3, but when Ismail Aur is such a threat from the middle, then it means you have to jump him, and that gives a 3-on-2 with very little chance to help.
Absolutely. When you play 3-on-3, as soon as you go over one pick, and it's a good pick, you're in trouble and you're going to give up a layup, just like they did there. And as I said before, Ismail Aur doesn't miss those. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. I know he's been great from the free throw line here, but he's made his money over the years driving to the basket and making layups just like that.
Exactly. See how long Team Germany stick with this lineup here. They have not been too bad. They're only on -2 so far for the game, but which is neither here nor there in the scheme of things. But they won't want Turkey's little run here to continue too long. And as I've said that, Tommy Boehmer and the 2 one-pointers are back in the game. Chris Huber and Tommy Boehmer coming back onto the floor.
And it looks like they're going straight back to the double screen on the weak side.
Yeah, no surprise here. Ball starting in Haluski's hands and they're jumping him early. Double pick by Schorp and Huber there. Sees Tommy Boehmer open on the free throw line, turns it down. Good decision. Philip Schorp. Oh, Alex Haluski had to shoot that then. Philip Schorp had created loads of space for him then, protected his shooter, and as Philip Schorp's trying to get out of the key, Alex takes another dribble and attacks the basket rather than just knocking down a little shot from the edge of the key.
Yeah, I think that's one that as soon as you look to shoot that, the referees kind of stop counting and turn their heads the other way, but nice fake, did well to dribble past them, but 3-second call was obviously going to happen, so had to go.
Exactly, I think in that situation, if he wanted to get closer, what he may have been better off doing would have been putting the shot up early and then following in his own shot to try and get the offensive rebound, perhaps.
Yeah.
R again, open in the middle. Knocks this one down as well. He is unbelievably confident from there right now.
Can't be stopped. What did they end up yesterday? 10 from 12, was it?
10 from 12, yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, 2 men picked out here for Turkey. Nice movement by Passevan. Can't get the shot to drop though.
2 men out.
Can't get the rebound.
2 men out. Passevan doesn't wait to see how it develops. Gets open and pulls it, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either with that ability, but he's not having the greatest of shooting days so far. Just under 50%, which is not awful by any stretch, but when you have the opportunity of a 5-on-3, then he really has to take that.
Yeah.
Germany matched up with Chem and Haluski this time, but doesn't matter, Chem still knocks it down. Again, back pick for Team Germany. Oh, the 1 point's on the floor now. This will be a 5-on-4 the entire offense.
Might see a foul here. No.
Again, Alex Haluski just stopping on the free throw line rather than following the seal. This time he follows it. No contact, no call there on the contact, and Alex can't put the shot down. Haluski looks disappointed with himself. You can see hanging his head a little bit.
Yeah, shot it a bit off balance, but I'd expect him to make that if he gets it again.
Exactly. He's big enough and strong enough that he can knock that down regardless of the contact. The Turkey ball from the baseline here, and Germany's lead is just 1 point now with 5 minutes left in this quarter, and maybe a few nerves starting to settle in Germany after this Turkish run here. Still very, very early in the game though. R again open from the free throw line, this one a little long. The 2 1-pointers from Germany picking back Cem, and Alex now, Haluski now takes over. Turnover though from Germany, Pasavan hits the floor, no call.
Great pass from Gerbalak into Cem under the basket, and another two.
Lovely one-handed finish by the giant Turkish player there. Just juggles the ball a little to get it in his hands and then knocks it down.
Germany are really going to need to find a way to stop him getting there, because as we've seen, if he gets there, it doesn't matter if he's under pressure, he's that big. They're just going to need to stop him getting into position in the first place.
Turkey doing a great job to pinch Alex Haluski here, not letting him get an easy roll. Pasavan with a slightly off-balance bank shot, can't knock it down though. That's disappointing from a Germany and a Turkey perspective there. Nobody pushing hard back from Turkey to chase Toprak, but he misses the layup anyway. As poor basketball from both, and an offensive foul called here on Alex Haluski, I believe. Things starting to fall to pieces a little bit here for Team Germany.
Yeah, Joe, maybe a bit of tiredness or a bit of nerves setting in. Hopefully this time out gets everyone back on the straight and narrow, and we start to see some more quality basketball. It got a little bit scrappy there for a couple of possessions.
I would hope that it's not tiredness. I know these guys have had some big games through the tournament, but physically they're all professional athletes. They're not a particularly old team. They all train and play full-time in their clubs and then for the national team. So physically there shouldn't be anybody who's having a problem right now, but emotionally they could certainly be a little tired off the back of the ups and downs of the tournament so far over the last few days.
Oh yeah, and concentrating on this high level of basketball for so long is mentally draining as much as it is physically. Could just be a couple of tired decisions being made, but as I said, a timeout normally sets this straight at this high level. As you say, they're all professionals, they're all grown men, they all know what they're doing, so a little minute to get some instructions from their coach and we should be back underway.
Exactly. It's amazing for anyone who's not experienced it, how draining it can sometimes be being in this bubble of a tournament. Even if you feel physically fine, it's just seeing the same people in the same place, going just from hotel to sports centre to hotel, can really take its toll over a longer period. European Championships are obviously shorter than the Paralympics, for example, but it can nonetheless take its toll on players, and focus in these last most important games is really key.
Oh, definitely. Back underway here, Turkey ball.
A change from Team Germany sees Jan Haller back into the game, and Andre Bienik for the first time now. Pasavan just getting a few minutes to gather his thoughts on the bench. Good tip there by Andre Bienik to interrupt the pass, but means it's still Turkey ball with 16 on the clock. Pick and roll side again between Toprak and Ozgur Gerbalak. Gerbalak drives. Nice tip by Jan Haller, but a foul is called. Interesting to see if he called this on the hand or on the chair.
Let's have a look at the replay. Ooh, looks like he got him in the arm a little bit, possibly.
Yeah.
Jan Haller thinks he got all ball.
There was definitely ball there, but I'm not sure if that was the only thing he hit, so good call by the referees there. Gerbalak from the line looking to add to his tally. First one's good. Gerbalak has not been shooting great so far this game. He's just 1 of 6 from the field, but that free throw could really help him get into his rhythm.
Yeah, Joe, he's one of these sort of players that only needs to see the ball go through once or twice, and it could be on for a big game. Misses the second, though.
And Gerbalak is picked out, but recovers well there. Good pushing by the Turkish captain. Bit of spacing. Jan Haller's side being played 2-on-1 at the moment here. Drives into Ismail though, fades away. Shot is not good.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to make, especially for not a high pointer to make. I know he had a classification advantage, but not exactly a 4 or 4-5, is he?
No, he's not. It's a difficult situation. The defense was well played by Germany there. They just defended Jan Haller and Chris Huber, only 3 points between them. Defended them with one player and then brought the very late help as Haller looked to roll. They may have been better just settling for a nice comfortable open outside jumper by Haller.
Germany can tend to double jump Gerbalak there and let the 1 pointer on the roll, makes the layup again, really makes them pay for ignoring him.
3-pointer in transition from Tommy Boehmer, and it's good. We've seen that a lot this year from Tommy in RSV Landil in Germany, and he is more than confident to take these threes in transition.
That's a massive shot.
Again, Gerbalak behind the screen with Toprak. Bienik ready to switch. Oh, that's a long time in the key from Toprak, but no call, and he gets the finish. That's a nice touch there by the Turkish three-pointer.
Very long time in the key there, but I think the help from the weak side's got to come earlier, especially Haluski was sitting on a low pointer. I know if he leaves, Chen might get curled in, but there's a way to zone that space off.
Definitely, it was Bienik was trying to move back and forth between the two players and leaving a 2-on-2 on the weak side. Again, as you say, it might have been slightly better to have had a 2-on-1 and had the help come over a little earlier from the fourth spot. Germany ball here, Alex Haluski floating outside the three-point line, looking to follow the seal now. Nope, again settling for the long free throw, short. It might be that Alex Haluski has to start trying to make his way inside a little bit here and start shooting from a bit closer in before he takes these big twos.
Yeah, it's worth getting your touch going, make a couple of easy ones, as you say, before you really get going.
A lot of contact on Gerbalak, loses possession. It's still Turkey ball. I think he wanted a foul rather than just a possession though. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Has a look at the ref, but shakes his hand afterwards. They've all made up.
Another three from Gerbalak, not good again, too long again this time. That's 0 of 5 from him now. Ismail very lucky there, lying all over Jan Haller as he loses control of his tilt. That could have been his third foul there. Haller, might have been some game smarts from Haller if he could have just drawn the foul a little bit more aggressively. Haller 2-on-1 between Haller and Bienik with Cem sitting in the middle. Haller with the one-handed floater doesn't make him pay though.
Thomas Boehmer was getting very aggressively double-teamed on the left baseline there. He did very well to get the ball to Chris Huber, who did brilliantly to find Haller, and he was unlucky with the floater.
I think Germany just need to be a little more aggressive in their offense here. They just seem a bit passive, like they're all looking at each other, waiting to see who's going to be the first to make a decision. One of them just needs to take control a little bit here. We've seen Andre Bienik do that several times over the years. He's a loud, vocal, emotional leader on the floor for Germany when he needs to be, and for his club Thüringen Bulls. Maybe he's the guy who can come out and start getting some of the other guys a bit fired up.
Yeah, well, I think, as you've said, it needs to be someone, so...
Again, no communication. There's so quiet here in the gym, and we can hear there's just not a word spoken between the German players there, just allowing Toprak roll for another completely open layup. That's just not good enough by Team Germany there. Another three in transition from Boehmer. This one just rolls out, but Haller picks up the rebound.
Big rebound by Haller.
That's a great pass by Haller as well. A little behind Haluski, but he gets fouled on the catch.
Let's see if he can knock these two down to get going.
I think they've called baseline here.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Foul before the shot.
Again, you can just see the lack of focus a little bit there from Team Germany. They think it's free throws, and they're just waiting in, Haller and Boehmer are just waiting in defense for the shots, not realizing that they actually have possession on the baseline. Boehmer open from the middle, doesn't knock it down. Nice tip from Turkey, and Oscar Gerbalak brings the ball away.
A lot of contact there from Haller.
That's a smart foul maybe by Haller. It's close to being a foul on Huber, but he managed to pull away, and Haller just stopping the Turkish transition and allowing Germany to get back into defense. Just again, very, very passive from Germany. Nobody talking to each other, nobody pushing around, nobody trying to force the Turkish players away from their positions, just letting the Turkish guys set up on the edge of the key.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they've got the wind knocked out of their sails a little bit. They were up big early on, and the Turkish team have managed to come all the way back and now stretch a bit of a lead out. Might be a bit disheartened, but there's no time for that in a game of this magnitude. You've got 13 seconds till half-time, and then you've got 15 minutes to get your heads in the game.
Exactly, 23 points to 8 so far this quarter for Germany. 23 points is a lot of points to concede, but against a team like Turkey, that's certainly possible. But if you're going to concede 23 points, you absolutely have to do better than score 8. And this uncertainty and this passiveness in their offense, I think, has led to a lot of the uncertainty and the misses here from Team Germany.
Yeah,
they really need to come out firing now.
Yeah, and they've got plenty of players on their team that can take over a game if they have to, but as you say, it's just a bit of they're kind of looking around, wondering who's going to do it when they've got a number of players who they know can. 3 or 4 guys on that floor at the minute who can take over a game for a stretch if they want to. Just be interesting to see who goes for it first.
Again, we see Germany come out and they set up and they just comfortably roll in next to the Turkish team. There's nobody making some contact, so giving a sign to the Turkish team like, hey, I'm here, I've got you, and making hard chair contact or anything. They're just content to sit next to the Turkish team and see what happens. Nice fake by Everturk, doesn't get the shot to drop though. And that is half-time here, and Turkey lead 37-31. Nick Zeltinger is really, or not necessarily just Nick Zeltinger, or one of the more senior players in this German team, has really got to get his players fired up because they are very, very flat right now.
Yeah, Joe, it'll be interesting to see what this team talk and the halftime warm-up does. Might be good for them, they might need a break, and they might need a little time to sort of decompress and reevaluate where they're going, and they might come out strong second half. I certainly hope they do. It'll make it a far better game to watch.
Definitely. Right now the paces are really out of the game, and it's making it a lot less enjoyable as a spectacle.
But at the end of the day, it's only 6.
Exactly. It is only 6 points. There's plenty of time left in this game, and with so many shooters on that Turkish team, they can definitely pull that lead back. You can't see it on the live feed right now, but we can just see the 3 German coaches are still sat on the bench while the players are in the changing room. That maybe gives the opportunity for either Captain Jan Haller or one of the senior players like Andrei Bienik or Alex Aluski or Dirk Pasman, maybe to get the guys together and give them the bit of the rocket that maybe they need before the coaches come in with some slightly calmer, slightly more tactical information.
Yeah, I believe so, Joe. That's probably what's happening, because I don't think there's not a whole lot of space for the coaches to come in and do that. They need to come in and they need to be giving sort of cold, hard facts and actual instructions. I think it needs to come from a player, really, doesn't it? You've been in there. Well, a coach can do it too, but I think if a player does it and gets it sorted, they've all been in there. They're all in there as a 12, a big, nice, strong, tight-knit unit. I think it coming from another player can be a bit more relatable and maybe a bit more effective, but we'll see.
That's definitely how I find things. I know that as a player, it's depending on the groups that you're in, there are different levels of seniority. In my GB career, I was never a particularly senior player, so I wouldn't have been one who took over that role, but then in my club career, maybe I would be, and I would hope that there'll be somebody in that Germany dressing room who's taking the initiative to give the guys some hard home truths right now, and then allow Nick Zeltinger to come in having taken a few minutes to compose himself and just be the more motivational coach rather than another guy coming in and giving a rocket.
And then of course there's the factor that Turkey have 15 minutes to figure out how to keep this going. Turkey could come out and just keep the pressure on and stretch the lead out, and then none of that could matter, but I'm excited to find out.
Definitely. Turkey, I think, have done very well to manage the potential foul trouble they had on Ismail Ağar in particular in the beginning of this game. It was nothing too dramatic, but 2 very early fouls leading to that rotation, I think, is what really helped the German lead. But Ağar has done a good job with the exception of one risky tilt to manage himself and to not get in any trouble. So if Turkey can stay a bit clean in this second half, particularly in the third quarter, then that'll make it a lot more difficult for Team Germany. Right, we're going to take a short break now, and we will see you in around 10 minutes' time.
resume the game. Ball for the national team of Germany.
And we're back here with the second half in Poland. The score is 37 to Turkey, 31 to Team Germany, and it is Germany ball. Slight change here with Pasavan behind a single screen now, and Tommy Boma behind Philip Shorp. Pasavan with the ball in his hands. Strong defense by Turkey so far, though. Pasavan with a big shot, doesn't drop.
Turkey very content to let the two German low pointers roll to the basket there. Not worried about the ball coming inside. With Germany electing to skip it from wing to look for a shot from 15 feet there.
Yeah, difficult when Turkey are playing such an aggressive defense and sitting inside, not really giving a pick and roll opportunity for anyone except the one pointers. Ball skipped by Gerblak to Cem, a little outside his range though, I think. Gerblak behind the screen under pressure from Pasavan.
It's gonna have to go, and it does. Back of the ring and out.
Doesn't drop. Gerblak is really struggling offensively here today. It's from a Turkish perspective very good to see them doing so well without many points coming from their captain. Like, that hasn't happened so many times over the years. Accidental contact from Efeturk from Toprak, in the face, I believe, of Alex Haluski.
Yeah, it looks like it, but they shake hands. They get on with the game.
Haluski behind the three-point line here on the double screen side again this time. Again, Turkey just letting the German one-pointers roll, but Haluski finds Pasavan for two.
Germany are going to try and win this game with three players, it looks like, in this unit.
And that's been fairly effective for them so far, so I can understand them doing that, but I think what will help Germany the most is if they can use those one-pointers to get Alex Haluski inside the key. Nice shot off the bank from Gerblak there.
Germany are going to have a tough time if he can get that one going, but remains to be seen. Wasn't too successful with it in the first half.
Again, Haluski behind Philip Shorp here, only a single screen right now. Nice and open though from Alex Haluski, very, very clean shot there. With a nice finish by the big German.
By the time he took that shot, both Turkish defenders had gotten to the other side of the screen, jumped all the way out, didn't make a difference. Clean as a whistle.
Gerblak a long way from the three-point line right now, ball in his hands, driving hard on Chris Huber, he can't afford to foul. Nice dump down from Gerblak, finds Toprak, can't finish. Gerblak picks up the rebound and finishes it himself. That's 4 points for him already this quarter, and he's maybe coming out a little more fired up right now. Pick and roll between Pasavan and Boma. Haluski again behind the screen. Both German one-pointers basket side of the Turkish defense.
That's another foul from Ismail R there. I believe that's his third.
That is his third, and Pasavan again putting the shot up, again not counted. I think I can understand that the foul it wasn't a short moment, it was a longer foul, and the initial contact was certainly before he shot it, although he was still being fouled when he released the ball. Whistle was earlier though, I think.
Yeah.
Cem just zoning off here, discouraging Tommy Boma from rolling. Pasavan with a quick release, doesn't get the drop though.
Haluski nearly with the offensive rebound, but Turkey take it in, sorry.
Good pressure from Germany then, just slowing down the Turkish offense a little. Cem just isolating with two German one-pointers there. It's a two-on-one situation, but it makes no difference how many players there are if they're all as small as the two German ones and you're as big as Cem. Tommy looks at the three, doesn't take it, kicks the ball to Haluski, another shot from behind the screen from the big German.
Lovely offense, brilliant ball movement, nice protection from the screen, lovely shot.
Definitely, but again, a great shot and a great finish, but much more difficult to win the game from there than from getting some inside looks as well.
I suppose you have to sort of play off whether it's worth being in there defended by another big or whether you want a tougher shot but a bit more open.
Very, very open three for Gerblach there. Haluski turns his back on him to go and stop the cut, and that could definitely see Gerblach start getting fired up here today. He's missed a lot of threes before that one.
Yeah, that's 7 points in the last 4 minutes for him.
Haluski again behind the screen knocks that one down. Turkey are going to have to do something about that. He can't be that open all game.
Turning into a little bit of a shootout here. I wouldn't mind that for another 15 minutes. As Gerblach floats behind the three-point line, puts it into Cem, fading away. Knocks down the and one, gets fouled by Haluski.
It's just weak defense again from the German team. That's just not good enough. They can't sit on the edge of the key and just allow Cem to roll into them. He's a big man. He's not the quickest. He's not necessarily got the greatest chair skills. You have to stop him as high as possible and take his momentum away. As soon as you let him to roll to the edge of the key, there's nobody in the Germany team who can stop him from shooting. Maybe he doesn't score, but he will always get the shot off. They have to stop him earlier and make some contact. Just too passive.
I believe a Turkish player was in a bit too early on that free throw, so it's Germany sideline.
Cem picked out it. Germany have a 5-on-4 temporarily.
Thomas Boma likes to pull it out.
Pasaban very open. Can't knock that one down either. He'll be disappointed with that. These are very, very good looks that Doug Pasavan's getting right now. And he is 6 of 16 right now. That is below what he'd expect of himself.
I think he's going to pull this one as well.
Another three rattles in from Gerblach here. He is fired up as you see the fist pump. This is exactly what we said Germany couldn't allow Turkey to do. They've come out playing off their emotions, and their captain, who I believe only had 3 points in the first half,
now has 10
got 10
in the second.
Nick Zeltinger really needs to do something to get his German team together here. They haven't really eaten into the Turkish lead at all. They haven't been drawn further away either, but time does slowly tick away from you in these games. They can't just trade.
Yeah, as I said yesterday, there's only so many times you can get it back to a handful of points and then see it stretch out again before you don't have enough time. We've got plenty of time yet. There's still lots of time going on in this basketball game, but there's going to come a point where you've got to cut it to 2 or to 1 or maybe even draw it even if you're going to have any chance. But if you're Germany, you have to go over that pick on the three-point line. Gerblach's just hit that from 3 in that exact same spot, and we've seen before he's not shy. He would have taken it again even if he missed his last one or if he'd missed his last 5. You have to get over that.
Exactly. He just had the confidence. Like, he missed 4 in a row in the first half from there, and he doesn't care. He's just going to shoot it, and he's going to shoot it, and you have to do something to stop him. Sorry, my mistake. He'd missed 5 in a row in the first half and still doesn't care. And anyone who's seen him play over the last 10 years will know that he is going to knock down the second when he's knocked down the first. Another open look from Pasavan. Quick release under pressure from Cem. Doesn't get that to drop either.
Great contest by Cem there. Did well to blow by, get a hand up and not make any contact. Turkey going the other way.
So. Tommy Bowman now putting the pressure out on Gerblach, not allowing him to get the easy look from the 3. But again, no contact allows Cem just inside for another layup. Cem had been through a rough patch, not scoring quite so efficiently for a few years, but seems really back to his best at the moment. Oh. Nice save from Chris Huber there.
Great save by the one-pointer.
That's Ismail Al's 4th foul there. That was unnecessary. There's no danger here right now.
As you're saying, absolutely fantastic work from the one-pointer, Chris Huber, saving that rebound. I found out some very important news at halftime. Those headbands that he's got on have just been banned by the NBA. I hope the IWBF doesn't follow suit because I like them. I think they look cool.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. Anyone with locks like that can wear whatever they want, in my opinion. It's a beautiful look from Chris Huber.
I don't need them myself. My hair's a bit too short, but you know, maybe you could do something.
I think I'd look way too much like a pirate if I tried to pull that off.
Could be the look, Joe.
I am not sure what the referee has just called there. He's called an offensive foul for Andre Bienik using his elbow to find his way through the gap there. Don't see that called very often. I can understand why he called it, as Bienik's rotating his body, but still an unusual call.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'd love to have seen a replay of that, but we don't have it in front of us. So it's Turkey ball coming the other way. Gerbilak's floating behind the 3-point line.
Tommy Boma sat there waiting for him though. No easy look here, but that does open up inside looks for Gerbilak. Mismatched over Dreimuller. Gets a roll this time. It's amazing what difference a bit of confidence makes. You've missed a few and those rolls just drop out, and you've made a few and everything seems to go in.
He's a big time player as well. It was really important for him to come out at halftime and not let Germany get back into the game, and that's exactly what's going on.
Haluski again behind the screen here. Pump fakes, draws Cem in. Dreimuller with the shot. Knocks it down. That's a nice look from Nico Dreimuller.
Big shot under pressure.
Two German players back picking Oscar Gerbilak here. They're leaving now just Dreimuller. Gerbilak beats them. Turkey are going to have a 5-on-4 very briefly, but Germany recover. Again, Gerbilak behind the 3. Chris Huber doing a better job here, keeping contact with Cem, not allowing him to roll. Little outside his range. Don't think Haluski needed to come there. That wasn't smart by Team Germany. Huber had Cem outside his range. I'm sure they'll have talked about it in team meetings, the distance that Cem can shoot from. That's obviously he can get the shot off over the smaller player, but it's from a lot further out than he's comfortable. But Alex Haluski comes to help, allowing the dump down to the 1-pointer, and Alex Haluski fouls the Turkish one on the layup. 2 shots here.
Yeah, I don't know if that foul was worth it, even if he doesn't make these 2. I just don't know if that was worth Haluski having another foul. We saw he was in trouble yesterday.
Definitely not. Lovely free throw there. Exactly, as you say, Haluski could have just pressured over the top. He doesn't need to make any contact. Just a hand is going to be enough to intimidate the smaller Turkish player. Both are good there. They are very, very clean free throws. They're lovely shots. Man out here though for Turkey. Alex Haluski picking back. Tommy looks for another transition 3. Nails it again. Thomas Boma. What a shot.
Big 3 in semi-transition from Thomas Boma. That's a couple he's hit there while the defense were still getting back and setting up. They might have had an advantage and they might have been able to get someone under the basket, but if you're wide open, you're shooting like that.
Again, Team Germany sat inside the key. I think Alex Haluski there, I understand he was in a difficult situation. He was being attacked by the 1-pointer, and his 1-pointer, Chris Huber, was being attacked by Cem. But the best thing I feel that Alex could have done would have been aggressive on the 1-pointer, push him as far away from the key as early as possible, and that allows him then more time to get there and help Huber rather than just passively sitting. Early look from Bienik is very long, doesn't touch anything there.
Turkey come the other way, Gerbilak on the 3-point line with the ball. Let's see how Germany defend this.
Double screen on the 3-point line here for Gerbilak. He goes away from it though. Huber jumping, needs to be careful not to foul. Cem mismatching but over Thomas Boma. Doesn't knock that one down. That is an okay shot to give up. It's not a terrible shot from a Turkish perspective, but it's a lot harder than the shots he'd been taking. Open outside look from Dreimuller. He knocks that down. Nice shooting from Nico Dreimuller.
And that cuts the Turkish lead to 13 with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Cem with the ball up the middle.
Turkey happy to take their time. Gerbilak now behind the screen being chased by Andre Bienik. Picks everywhere for Gerbilak, just waiting for Cem to get closer to the basket. Mismatched again. Oh, they don't switch on to Oscar Gerbilak though. Left-handed finish from Gerbilak. Very nicely done. Everything dropping for the Turkish captain right now.
Lovely finish from Gerbilak, but wide open down the middle again. We've seen that a couple of times. They let Ismail roll once and they've let Gerbilak roll down the middle again. You can't get away with that at this level.
Exactly. You just need better awareness of the Turkish threats there. Gerbilak is by far the #1 threat and you can't leave him open. You need to know where he is. Post up by Alex Haluski is not good. That's a comfortable range for him though. That's a nice shot for Team Germany. Just needs to knock it down.
Turkey going to let this clock run down and try and get the last shot. 12 seconds. The shot clock's turned off. Ball in Toprak's hands on the right wing.
Fights through the pick and roll, dumps it down to 1 point, a nice early finish, doesn't get it to drop. Nice rebound by Cem. Buzzer beater. Again, Germany switching off on the weak side. Lets Cem just sneak in, pick up the rebound, and that is a painful finish to the quarter for Team Germany.
After some great initial defense from Germany, letting the 1 pointer roll, getting a lot of pressure on the shot, misses the layup, airballs it because of the good defense, and then you go and give them a layup after that. It's absolutely heartbreaking, but it's too easy, as you've said. It's just weak side. It's concentration more than anything else.
Exactly, and that has seen Cem advance to, I believe, 16 points now on 8 of 10 shooting, and that tells you the whole story there. He's not taking any difficult shots. There's been 1 or 2 that have been slightly outside his range, but generally he's getting exactly the shots that he wants. You have to give up something in wheelchair basketball. It's impossible for 40 minutes to not allow the opposition to shoot, but you always want to force them into the situation where they're taking the shot that you want them to take, not the one that they want to take. And right now, Turkey are getting every shot that they want.
Yeah, Joe, as you say, you have to give up something, but you have to give up something because you're not letting them have the easy stuff like that, and you're not letting them have the threes. But that's where that's where Turkey have been making their money today, threes and layups. You're not going to win too many games if they're the shots you give up. So we'll see if Germany can adjust to make an early push in the fourth quarter, because if not, it's not going to be a good day for them.
It's not, and having got this far, they'll be very disappointed if they don't finish with a medal. Obviously, their first goal of qualifying for Tokyo has been achieved, and they'll be, I'm sure, in hindsight, after the emotion's gone, they would be happy with that. But right now, they have the opportunity for a medal, and they really need to fight and show that they want this.
Oh yeah, and getting this far has been good for their program, and it gives them a chance to come back next year and try and do better. But once you get this far, going home empty-handed is heartbreaking.
Very, very much.
Been there myself, not at this level, but.
2-man game from Turkey. Göbelak behind the screen. A lot of pressure from Pasavan, but that does not matter to the Turkish captain. He knocks it down anyway.
Shot that like he was in an empty gym, Joe. Could have had 10 on him, and I think that was going up.
Transition here from Team Germany. Pasavan with the ball in his hands. Skips it to Boma, back to Pasavan. A lot of contact, throws it up. First one of those that we've not seen go in by Dirk Pasavan.
I don't think there was any chance the referee was going to call that on the shot, though. Good effort.
Yeah, points for effort, but that's about it. Alex Zaluski behind the 3, looks for it. That one's just short. Maybe a little early to start trying to pull those kind of shots out. They can get good shots and just play hard defense. They'll be fine here. Again, Alex Zaluski starting his defense inside the paint. His entire chair is inside the key. Cem is inside the charge circle, and the shot just doesn't drop. But yeah,
he took a pull back.
Play defense like that.
Yeah, he took a pull back as if he was inviting Cem onto his foot plate under the basket, thinking he'd be fine there. But you'd think after 3 quarters of that, you'd know that that's not going to get it done.
Very much so. I have to say I'm disappointed with that defense there from Alex Zaluski. We've seen for a few years in Germany what a competitor and what a fighter he is and how fired up he can get. But right now he's playing far too passive in defense. Zaluski back pick now. Advantage for Turkey temporarily, but Zaluski gets back. Cem with a mismatch, skips it.
Oh.
Offensive foul called on the Turkish low point here, just backing up. I was very lucky for Team Germany there because Oscar Göbelak had rolled inside and would have had a comfortable look inside the paint. Göbelak just wiping his head on the back of Zaluski's vest there, a little bit of gamesmanship, sweating over the back of his teammate. Nice pass from Pasavan, finds Zaluski in a nice finish. Doesn't let the Turkish captain get in his head at all there.
Nice cut, nice quick hands on that finish, and a lovely touch.
Very, very slow transition again from Team Germany. They know that time's in their favour. Göbelak with the ball behind the screen. Need more pressure on him than that. Doesn't drop this time. Nice rebound from Dirk Pasavan.
Germany content to help off the 1-pointer in the middle and help into the 2-man game on the power side, but no help needed if Göbelak's just gonna pull the early shot.
Quick release from Pasavan there, it knocks that down. That's going to be important maybe for Team Germany here. He's struggled a little bit the last 15 minutes or so from outside, but that'll do him good to see the ball go through the hole. It advances him to 17 points so far for the game, but only on 7 of 18 shooting.
Looking for Gerbalak again, right baseline.
Finds Toprak open in the middle, shot fake, pumps, waits. Ooh. Slight lack of focus by Cem there. I think he was trying to pass the ball before he caught it and just fumbles the ball out of bounds. A lot of points for Team Germany is being scored by Alex Haluski here in Dirk Pasavan. So far they have taken, maths is going to let me down here I think, 34 of Team Germany's 47 shots. Very early three again from Tommy Boma, doesn't drop. Nice pick up by Pasavan though and finds Haluski for the easy finish.
And that brings the game to a 13-point game.
7 minutes is enough time to pull back a 13-point lead, but they need to start making their run now, I'd suggest, if they want to do that.
Haluski on the weak side looking to match up with Cem a bit higher.
Are in the middle, doesn't take this one. Good decision, slightly off balance there. More open now, no. Moves the ball inside to Toprak. Quick finish, doesn't get it to drop though. Nice rebound by Haluski. Finds Pasavan and Germany have transition here.
Turkey have been so effective cutting weak side. They have the ball one side, they move it, cut towards the basket immediately. And they're just really taking advantage of German defenders falling asleep. Nice fake by Thomas Boma. Shoots a layup off balance. The German bench think he gets fouled, but no luck.
Alex Haluski switching off then, just focusing on Cem and not seeing that there's a number of Turkish players attacking him. They did very, very well to get German possession there. Two chairs just caught up here. Dirk Pasavan stands up just to sort out the situation. Cem will be disappointed he didn't knock that shot down though. He's finished very, very well under pressure from there so far this game. Last couple just a little short. Turkey timeout here, just settling things down with 7 minutes to go in the game. Germany lead this quarter 6 points to 2, but still a 13-point game to Turkey. Interesting to see if Nick Zeltinger for Germany makes any changes here. It doesn't look like there's any movement on the bench. But, no. And they are winning this quarter, so you can understand that, but time is starting to run out for the Germans. Just 6 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, I believe he's going to keep it the same here. I don't see any warm-up tops coming off or anything, and this has been their best run of the game, I think, so I don't know if he'd be wanting to change anything, and I believe Turkey will also be content to keep that 5 in. Just slow the game down, get the ball in Gerbalak's hands, make the defense move, and go from there.
Very much so. Turkey are going to want as few offenses in this last 6 minutes as possible. If they can take a late shot clock, open, good, but late shot clock shots throughout the rest of the 6 minutes, then that'll make it very, very difficult for Germany. Cem just looking at his hands here, he's testing his fingers. Looks like he may have hurt himself on that turned over pass earlier. He's playing on though.
Hopefully nothing serious.
Nice pick and roll. The 2 1-pointers setting the double screen for Haluski, but he's rolling the other way. Pasavan with a big look. Doesn't drop. Haluski, again, a little passive, just floating to the middle, watching Pasavan shoot the ball rather than maybe pushing behind the double screen to give his teammate another option.
Yeah, Joe, I feel like if you're that big as well, once that shot goes up, you may as well take a push towards the basket. You never know if it comes out. You might get an offensive rebound. He's made a couple of those in the last 5 minutes.
As indeed, exactly. It would have maybe helped. The turnover ball here, and Cem is in fact asking for a substitution here. He keeps testing his fingers. Great quick thinking by Dirk Pasavan in the meantime. Gets the ball inbounded and Tommy Boma scores a cheap layup there. Very quick thinking while Cem was trying to get himself subbed out. Turkish team just switched off there for a second.
Stopping a score, and Germany have a chance to get this into single figures.
Gerbalak behind the screen. Pasavan pushing the screen away there. Gerbalak with a mismatch. Knocks it down over Chris Hoover. It's a bit of a momentum killer for Team Germany there. Nice finish by the Turkish captain. Germany have a man out again. Let's see if they can use it. It's all well and good getting all these man outs, but if they don't then get a nice easy shot at the end of it, then there's not a lot of point. Outside shot again from Haluski, picked up by Gobalak. Unlucky not to get the roll there with a nice soft touch, but... Very unlucky not to get the roll, but the point of getting a man out is to give you a numerical advantage to, in my opinion, get you a good shot, and a lot of the time that good shot, when you have a numerical advantage, should be a layup. You just need to space the floor correctly and force the defense to defend the ball and then find something on the weak side with a 2-on-1. Quick release by Pasavan, that doesn't drop either. Things not looking good for Germany at the moment. No, Joe, they're running out of time here, I think, but there's still time left. If they have a good push in these last couple of minutes, they could get there, but the clock's ticking, only 3:45 to go. It's looking less and less likely. Especially with Turkey content to just run the clock down and then shoot deep threes. Huge three from Turkey, from the captain Ozgo Gobalak, nowhere near, and he doesn't even bother to push back on defense, giving Alex Haluski a very open two. Hopefully from a Turkey perspective that doesn't hurt them. Smart foul by Tommy Boehmer there, just crashes into Cem to stop the clock. Team Germany, I believe, trying to pick up team fouls here in case they're in a situation where they want to stop the clock and force Turkey to shoot free throws later in the game. And that gets Cem out of the game with what looks like a bit of a hand injury, and Efiturk comes in to replace him. That could be big. He was doing a lot of damage for Turkey for a long time there. Haluski was having real trouble getting him stopped. Very much so. Efiturk, young player with a lot of potential, but not as proven as Cem just yet. Rolls into Pasavan for a look. Pasavan rips the ball down, but the referee said that there's a foul on the arm there. Baseline ball for Turkey. All looking fairly calm from a Turkish perspective right now, just happy to take their time inbounding the ball. Again, Alex Haluski zoning off to the charge circle here. Efiturk looking to swing the ball to his captain. Helps there already. Foul. Already early foul by Philip Short. Be interesting if that was to try and increase the foul count for Germany. I believe it was, from the stats we have in front of us here, that was just Team Germany's second foul of the quarter. There's another quick foul. That is very definitely the German tactic here. Pick up some quick fouls, get it so they're in a situation where if it's a close game at the end, they can force Turkey to shoot some free throws. Another foul there. We can't quite see the foul count, but I believe, if my maths is right, that's the fourth. No, that's in fact the fifth. And Efiturk is on the line. Germany already starting to foul to put players to the line. Could be a long 3 minutes. Be a very, very long 3 minutes. Interesting to see how Turkey react to that. If they start trying to move the ball into the hands of the experienced Ismail Aher and Ozgo Gobalak rather than the slightly less experienced players. Maybe a better percentage from the veterans. Yes, Joe, and I think it'll be interesting to see what Germany try to do to keep the ball out of Ozgo Gobalak's hands, because he's the last man you want with the ball in his hands if you're going to send him to the line. Little slap on the face for Efiturk from his captain there. It doesn't help though, misses the second as well. Transition here from Team Germany, can they get a good look? Tommy Boehmer is in baseline, not found. Haluski from the free throw line, it's good. Nice shot by the big German. Germany looking for another quick foul here, or maybe they just put the pressure on. 9-point game. Just putting the pressure on. Now it would be smart to foul the one-pointers. Oh, they... And one. Oh dear, that is not what you want when you're trying to foul. Alex Haluski reacting to the danger. His teammate Chris Huber completely on an island trying to defend a much bigger Efiturk, and Haluski comes in and just takes out the German player. Clear play for the ball, so no real risk of that being a intentional foul, even though it looked quite big, but very, very nice finish from the young Turkish player. As you said earlier, they had a chance to foul a one-pointer in the open court.
before there was any chance of the ball getting to a higher pointer with a potential higher free throw percentage who was under the basket, who got the shot off. If you foul someone nice and early, it means there's no chance of it being an and one. And as you said, it was in the one pointer's hands. That might be your best bet of getting back into this game. And maybe they just thought they were going to pressure for a bit longer. But I think that might have been the time to foul.
I agree. I think that might have been, well, certainly more effective than I think. Everturk is not a bad player to choose to foul, but you can't foul him when he's under the basket taking a layup. Then there's always the chance of an and one. And unfortunately, from a German perspective, that's exactly what's happened. Lead is back out to 11 with the opportunity to stretch it to 12 with 2.5 minutes to go.
And for Turkey, this is exactly where you want it. They put a bit of pressure on, you broke through it, you got under the basket, and you get the added bonus of an and one. Absolutely couldn't go better for the Turkish players, but see if he can knock this down. He's getting some words of encouragement from the captain, Gerbalak. Seems fairly light-hearted down there, maybe trying to help him relax. Yes. Gerbalak's been in plenty of these big games. I'm not sure how many Efeturk's been in.
The German captain deciding he doesn't need to line up for the rebound here. And Efeturk makes it. That's a nice finish there by the young Turkish forward. Pressure put on by Efeturk as he's backpicked here, just forcing Germany to pick up the ball early. Good pressure from R, not giving her Pasavan an early look. Pulls the three, doesn't get it to drop though. Nice rebound. Toprak tipping the ball to Gerbalak. Oh, very hard, unnecessarily hard pass there from R. Transition three from Pasavan, knocks it down. No emotion shown from the German veteran, but that is a beautiful shot.
Absolutely brilliant shot there. No time whatever taken off the clock. And 3 points brings it to single figures. And we might have a bit of a game on our hands depending on how this possession goes.
You can see Germany unwilling to foul Gerbalak here. Move the ball inside, foul on the 1 pointer. That was dangerous with the foul being on the cut, but misses it thankfully from a German perspective. And we'll see, he knocked down his last 2 in a row from the line, so a guy who's confidence potentially.
Yeah, Joe, I was just ready to have the exact same conversation about not fouling on time and waiting till someone was taking a layup and giving away an and one, but they got away with it there and he's missed the first free throw too.
Very short this time. Smart foul from a German perspective. Neither of the shots dropping, but good pressure from Efeturk.
Great pass from Thomas Boma into Pasavan on the layup.
Knocks it down. Bounce stop there from Pasavan just to try and draw the foul from R, but R does very, very well just to pull away and not give it up. Turkey again not fouling early. They may have been well advised to have tried and jumped out and fouled Efeturk, but they choose not to. Gerbalak behind the screen, Pasavan fouls, and that is the wrong person to foul. Again, it's just my opinion, but I feel Alex Haluski was a little bit passive there, and if he'd have just gone really aggressively but fairly for Efeturk, he's a weaker free throw shooter, I think it's fair to say, than Ozgur Gerbalak.
Yeah, Joe, 100%. And it's one, I think their plan might have been to let the clock run, try and get a steal fair and square and then foul, but then you end up in this situation with Gerbalak on the line. Luckily for Germany, he misses the first one, but don't know how many of those he's going to miss.
Could be made to eat my words here if he misses the second. He does miss a short, but Germany don't box out and give up the rebound to Toprak. That's very disappointing. Good foul by Chris Huber though on the low pointer. I believe that's Chris Huber's 5th foul there, not being protected by his teammates, Habit being forced into a situation where he has to foul. It's going to mean a change of lineup here from Germany, and one of the 2 4-5s is going to have to come out of the game. Subbing in 2-2s, no, Nick Zeltinger is choosing to leave in. Alex Haluski and Dirk Pasavan takes Tommy Boma out of the game and brings in Jan Haller and Nico Dreimuller. Tommy with 11 points this game, quite a quiet offensive game, but at a good percentage, 55% from Boma. But maybe having the threat of Haluski and Pasavan was key for Zeltinger's decision.
Banks the first free throw in.
Interesting to see if he meant that or not. First one's long, doesn't drop. Rebound there by Haller in the end. Quite a dangerous pass by Dreimuller there.
Lucky to get that back.
Far too just relaxed from the German youngster there. Good ball movement. Finds Alex Haluski wide open, knocks it down. That was far too lax for a second though by Dreimuller, just casually passing the ball to Pasavan, and all he saw there was his teammate. He didn't see the pressure of the Turkish team. I know when I was taught by some of my earliest coaches as a junior, I was always told that when you're playing a pass, you don't just look at your teammate, that you need to be aware of where the defense is, and that's what decides where and how you pass the ball, not just your own teammate's position. Foul by Haller on Ismail.
Ismail out of the line for 2. Are these his first free throws of the game, or?
I believe they are, although all of the shots that he's been taking in the flow of the game have been from this position. Knocks down the first one, no nerves at all there from the veteran Turkish player. Second one's long, but again an offensive rebound.
And that's an absolute killer.
Nick Zeltinger is losing his mind on the bench there. Can't believe this is exactly their game plan. Foul, force them to miss free throws, and then just giving up rebounds. Unacceptable, really.
Such a heartbreaker. You do everything right. You foul someone who you believe is going to miss a free throw, they do, and you don't secure the rebound. You're right back at square one. With Toprak making the first free throw.
These are just bonus points for Turkey right now. Makes them both. That's very, very well done by the Turkish three-pointer.
Oh, wow.
Almost a turnover then. That was very, very nice hands by Toprak. Getting the ball into Pasavan's hands. Early three doesn't drop.
Haluski with another foul on Gorbelak this time. Sends him to the line. He missed his last.
Haluski may be a little worried about getting an intentional foul as he did yesterday. 2 intentional fouls on Haluski yesterday, and he had to leave the gym. So very clearly a foul, but very gentle from the big German there, considering. That is 5th foul there for Alex Haluski, and he is out the game. That might explain why he was trying to play a little passively on defense earlier, just protecting his foul trouble a bit. Sees Haller and Haluski leave the game, and Bienik and Boma come into the game. There are 2 players though who can both knock down threes very, very quickly. There are 4 really efficient 3-point shooters on the floor for Germany now. That could help them. First free throw by Gorbelak missed. Looks frustrated with himself. No nerves at all with the second though, knocks that down, and that, I believe, is a 10-point lead for Turkey now.
That might just do it, Joe, but Germany will keep pushing, keep trying to get threes up nice and early. There's plenty of basketball to be played yet.
Exactly. Again, old Pasavan very open here. Too short though. He has struggled today, and Pasavan just switching off and giving up the open layup. So be careful not to give an intentional foul. Toprak to the line here for Turkey. 25 seconds to go and a 10-point lead for Turkey with 2 shots to come.
2 free throws for number 9, Uğur Toprak.
Turkish team starting to celebrate here. High fives from captain Oscar Gorbelak. I think they know which way this game's most likely to go.
Yeah, Joe, I think the writing's on the wall at this stage. Germany can keep fouling and keep trying to shoot threes, but the more threes you miss, and every time they make 1 or 2, the game just gets away from them.
Exactly, and just looking at the quarter breakdown here, I know it's a little early, but Germany have had 2 really great quarters. This 3rd quarter has not been bad from them at all. They lead this quarter 19-12 currently, according to the live stats, and they won the first 23-14, but losing 23-8 and 26-15 in the 2nd and 3rd quarter has really cost them here, as the players congratulate the Turkish team, and the clock counts down.
That'll do it. Turkey are European bronze medalists. I'm sure they'll be disappointed a bit after winning gold 2 years ago, but to pick themselves up after losing yesterday and to come back and put in a strong performance today will be very encouraging. They'll be very happy to not go home empty-handed. And of course, on the other side, Germany will be devastated to not be bringing something home, but in a while they'll be encouraged that they've qualified for Tokyo, so they've still got a lot to play for next year.
Exactly, and this is a very, very young German team. They've got guys like Matthias Guntner, they have Alex Budde, Jan Zadler, Jens Albrecht, Chris Huber, Nico Dreimuller, all very, very young guys with relatively little experience compared to some of the veterans of the German team, and they're guys who are going to be around for a long time, and they can't help but learn from this kind of experience.
Oh yeah, like people say, there's no such thing as failure, and there's no such thing as a loss. You either win or you learn. The real failure is to not learn from something like this, and these experiences will be something that the German players will take forward with them, or they do well to at least.
Very much so, and they have smart coaches in Nick Zeltinger, Paul Bose and Martin Kluck, so I'm sure they'll put an arm around the shoulder of their guys. There's no point in being angry with them now. The tournament's done. Like, just put an arm around the players. They've fought hard and they can hold their heads up and eventually be proud that they've qualified for Tokyo. Turkey, on the other hand, although, as you say, it'll be disappointing for them in some respects that they were gold medalists 2 years ago and this year only a bronze. And although technically a silver medal is better than the bronze, in the moment you lose a silver medal but you win a bronze. So there'll be some celebrations tonight from this Turkish team, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like, look at them, just look at them, they're celebrating already. I think I'm on the same floor as them in my hotel, so I don't know how much of an early night I'll be able to get tonight either.
No, maybe you can get yourself involved in one of the Turkish parties. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, I don't know if I want to get mixed up in all that. I might stay away from it. Lock my door.
Right, we'll just go very quickly through the stats before we sign off here. Thomas Boehmer has finished with 11 points. Alex Haluski, 26, shooting 12 of 21. Dirk Passivan with 22 points, but only shooting 9 of 25. I'm sure he'll be a little disappointed with that. Andrei Bienik, none of 2. Jan Haller, 1 of 4, 2 points for him. And Nico Dreimuller, 2 of 2, just 4 points there.
2 of 2 in about a minute spell, and he didn't really do a whole lot else apart from that.
No, he didn't. His floor game was good, but I'm sure Germany would have liked to have got him involved offensively a little more than just those 2 shots. Looking at the Turkish team now, they didn't rotate quite as much as it looked like they might have had to with the early fouls, but Ozgur Göbelek playing 40 minutes, and after a very, very rough start by his own high standards, he finishes as top scorer for the Turkish team, leading them with 22 points on 9 of 20 shooting, including 2 of 9 threes, but starting 0 and 5 from the 3-point line there. The 1-pointer, Fikri, also played 40 minutes and he has shot 3 of 4 from the field. That's, as we said earlier, very dangerous when you're trying to give up the shot from the 1-pointer and then they knock them down at a good percentage.
Yeah, maybe that was part of the reason that Ozgur Göbelek ended up with so much space, because they started giving the 1-pointers a little bit more respect. And he really came out firing in the second half. We said at the start, when he was missing his threes, it didn't matter to him. He was going to keep shooting them. And he had a little run at the start of the second half that I think put the game away.
Very much so. Cem, although he had to leave the game with the foul trouble for Ismail Ar and then later with a hand injury, he had 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Very, very efficient from the Turkish giant there on some very easy looks inside the paint though. Ismail Ar shooting a very high percentage again, 3 of 4, 7 points for him. Toprak with 15 points on 6 of 12 shooting. Then Yavuz, the 1-pointer, I believe. No, he is a 4-pointer, my mistake there, sorry. 2 points, none of 1 though, both from the free throw line. Then 5 points for Eferturk, 2 of 4 shooting, and Aksoy with 2 points, both from the free throw line. We are all done here now in Poland with this bronze medal game. We'll see you guys later for the final between GB and Spain.